Today, the Salvation Army is active in virtually every corner of the world. From its inception as a messenger of hope and healing, the Salvation Army has been committed to serving the whole person, body, soul, and spirit, with integrity and respect. Now, as we commemorate 150 years of worldwide service, we also celebrate doing the most good in the bi-state area for 135 years. In 1865, William Booth, an evangelical Methodist minister, and his wife Catherine embarked upon a mission to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to those living in wretched poverty in the East End of London. Recognizing that his followers needed more than just religion to improve their lives, he provided meals, clothing, and other assistance to his early converts. From this simple Christian mission, the Salvation Army was born. By 1879, the Salvation Army was gaining a foothold in the United States. Commissioner George Scott Railton and 7 women officers known as the Hallelujah Lassies arrived from England to officially open the Salvation Army in the U.S., with St. Louis becoming its first national headquarters in 1880. During this time, the War Cry, the official publication of the Salvation Army, was first published in St. Louis to proclaim the gospel message. The beginning of the Industrial Revolution offered Booth an opportunity to bring his message of spiritual and social change to the downtrodden. In St. Louis, the Salvation Army opened the Women's Rescue Home and Hospital, a rescue center for women affected by prostitution, the first of its kind west of the Mississippi. The Women's League of Mercy was also established, as well as 15 core community centers throughout the bi-state area. In 1912, William Booth passed into glory while the world stood on the brink of war. By 1917, Salvation Army officers and volunteers had landed in France, serving donuts as a symbol of love and concern for the armed forces. This relationship has continued through every armed conflict this nation has seen. William Booth once famously said, "You can't tell a man about the love of God if he has an empty stomach." So never forgetting the mission of serving the whole person, the Salvation Army increased its outreach during the Great Depression to include more social welfare programs. By 1925, the Salvation Army was the largest charitable organization in the country. Post-war America was a time of great prosperity and advances, yet urban flight and years of segregation led to a disparity in opportunity. During this time, the Salvation Army increased services addressing many of these social issues. And in a continuing effort to provide services for the most vulnerable members of society, Booth Memorial Hospital opened in 1952 for unmarried expectant mothers. The only emergency shelter for women and children in St. Louis City was opened, and the Tree of Lights campaign and Operation Toy Lift were launched to bring the season's spiritual comfort to families. In addition, Harbor Light was opened to combat alcoholism among the Skid Row fraternity. By this time, new facilities were needed to serve a more diverse community. The Harbor House opened as a safe place for women with substance abuse issues to stabilize their lives and begin the process of healing. For over 100 years, the Salvation Army has recognized the restorative power of nature, offering summer camps for children, adults, and families. Each year, thousands of individuals enjoy fresh air, exercise, and new friendships at Camp Mahaska. Yet nature can also play cruel tricks, so when natural disasters hit, the Salvation Army is always one of the first to arrive on the scene to help with disaster relief. Safe, affordable housing and effective treatment facilities have always been on the forefront of the Salvation Army's efforts. Today, the beautifully rehabbed Railton and 3010 apartments stand as testaments to the Salvation Army's endeavors. Wherever human or natural disasters strike, the Salvation Army still wages war. War on despair and disillusion, alcoholism and addiction, poverty and evil. Always and forever, the Salvation Army stands for hope, selfless dedication, a sense of compassion and devotion to people in need are the hallmarks of their creed. Wherever there is human suffering, one beacon shines brightly. The Salvation Army for 150 years, doing the most good.